Hi everyone, it's Carolyn Moor from the Modern Widows Club, and we are in March 2021, and what a year it has been. It, I know that you and me and my family and my friends are so over this pandemic, and I just want to acknowledge that we have been extraordinary survivors and thrivers this year. Um, I've never experienced anything like this before, and I know that you haven't either. But we've been here doing it together, and I just want to praise you and send so much love your way for making it through. And you may be newly widowed, and I am telling you, I am so grateful you have found this community to do widowhood with. It would have been everything that I hoped for 21 years ago when I became a brand new widow. Um, March, every month we have a new topic, and March is called Rebirth Baby. And through all of my years of talking to widows and knowing them, I would have women ask me, I just don't feel like life is going to ever be the way it used to be. They go through holidays, they go through pivotal moments in their life, and we all do those things privately and many times in isolation and loneliness. And the truth of the matter is yes, we are rebirthing a new life. And the way I explain it to people is the person you were did die with the other person, that couple that you were. You can't be that person anymore because they're not there. And so your life is this rebirth. And if you think of anything, if you think of babies, they need some others. People need people when they're rebirth, when they're being birthed. And so you are like a baby in new widowhood. And the amount of help, if you think of babies in the first year, how much growth that they have. The second year, they're starting to walk. But there's so much that they don't understand. They'll touch their hand on stoves and burn themselves. There's so much to learn, and widowhood is so much like that. And so having a community and doing widowhood with other people is so important because they do parent you through that process. It's what I was so badly missing and searching for. So for me, it felt like everything physically was changing, but as time went on, I really learned that this is very much of a soul rebirth. That I didn't quite understand why Chad had to die in order for me to become this woman in the future that would start Modern Widows Club and then connect with you on a video like this. I didn't know those things were going to happen. I didn't know what I was going to be rebuilding, but here I am, sort of in year 21, and I'm an adult, in widowhood. But I remember back when it was very new to me and I was a baby and there were so many things that I needed. And so I just want to encourage you to understand that there's so much that is being rebuilt in new widowhood, to be patient and to show self-compassion and gentleness in your rebirth, because you are this baby that needs to be cared for. Yes, you're an adult woman and you have resources and a way to communicate and all of this, but still the stage of widowhood is still so brand new. And so just understand that hope, heal, grow, lead process that we talk about here is a very healthy journey. And there's nothing about widowhood that any of us wanted to go through, right? But here we are. And what do we do when we're there? Yes, everyone comes here for hope. And then the community that's around you is going to walk you through that healing and that growth. And I've seen it happen thousands of times. And so just know in your mind that this is, almost like you're a babe again, and the gentleness that it's required. One of the things that I found, someone told me about calming yourself, which is so important in new widowhood, is to take the palm of your hand and to put it on the back of your neck. And this is what happens with babies. They feel this from someone that cares for them, and it automatically calms them, and it actually works. And so that's one thing that you can do, and also, taking the 3 deep breaths that we always talk about. But rebirthing is the whole topic for this month. And we also have a legendary widow, because we talk about legendary widows every month now. And this month it's Eleanor Roosevelt. I'm just going to read a little bit about what I wrote about her. She's an extraordinary woman. She's recently had someone wrote a book about her, and I got it on audio, and when I would take my walks, I would listen to it. And her life is very, very humanitarian driven, even though she was married into a very wealthy family. She turned that around to really care for others, and I love her story. So Eleanor Roosevelt is best known for being the First Lady of the United States from 1933 to 1945, which was not an easy time for those of you who are history buffs. She married Franklin Roosevelt and became a widow April 12, 1945. Afterwards, she became the first chair of the Presidential Commission on the Status of Women, which still exists today, which me and Gina are actually attending this year. It's the 65th year for the Commission on the Status of Women, which is where you go to talk about all things women in the world. So she actually was on the Presidential Commission for that. She was also awarded to be the first U.S. representative of the UN Commission on the Human Rights, in which she chaired from 1947 to 1952. In other words, she became an American political figure, a diplomat, and an activist in her own right. Harry Truman called her the First Lady of the World due to her big heart for the underserved around the world and human rights achievements. Upon her death, she was regarded as one of the most esteemed women in the world. Wow. The New York Times called her the object of almost universal respect in her obituary. In 1999, she was ranked in the top 10 of Gallup's poll list of most widely admired people of the 20th century. And I agree. So I like to share these legendary widows with you, because just think, when she became widowed, she had no idea that those were going to be the things that she would be involved in and accomplishing for people all over the world. And yet she leaned into life. She built resilience, and she made a huge positive difference in the world. And that is going to be yours as well. All of us find meaning and purpose in widowhood, and as they walk through that rebirthing in their life. And so I just want to inspire you to continue looking for it, to continue seeking it and recognizing it when it comes, because I know it will. I love you. Have an amazing spring. It is National Women's History Month. And on March 8th is International Women's Day. So make sure you share your story. And on March 20th, guess what? Spring happens, and I cannot believe it. And it will be 1 year since all of us have endured this pandemic. And I am so proud of you. Much love. I will see you online and every Monday, Facebook Live. For those of you guys watching this, please go and sign up for our Inside Look newsletter at modernwidowsclub.org. Scroll down, give us your information, because we want to invite you to all the things that we have going on in the future, the Widow Empowerment event, our art club, our book club, our virtual communities, or maybe a community near you. We want you to connect with all the programs that we have. Okay? Love you. I'll see you.